Hello everyone, Thomas Cecily Jr. here, aka Mustached Tom, here to review the movie Morgan. So, we follow this experimental female, or sometimes they refer to it or she, they keep mixing up throughout the movie. Anyways, we follow this experimental creature called Morgan that they make in some laboratory, sciencey place, of course, and we see this safety manager coming in after a terrible event happened where she attacked one of her caretakers there, and they want to see if she is, if everything is up on the up and up, and pretty much that's the movie. Most of the movie takes place in that little area, but anyways, they introduce another Psycho Valve guy, of course, and he comes in and he asks a bunch of questions. And after that, she pretty much goes crazy and attacks him as well. And this time, she sort of shifts her perspective into killing everyone, except for the main caretaker that I was talking about earlier in the movie. So she pretty much goes out and kills the rest of the scientists, and the only person who is capable of stopping her is apparently the the safety woman who is coming in to evaluate everything, and uh, she escapes with this. So the main woman that I was talking about, and they go out to this little lake that she kept talking about, the lady did, and Morgan wanted to go there to this place of peacefulness, of, you know, the perfect place or whatever. uh, but the safety lady tracks her down with this other guy who manages to be alive at this point. She goes out in the forest by herself, and she lures Morgan in, and then they go back to the dock eventually, and then eventually the safety lady kills Morgan, and then she shoots the caretaker, and then she comes back to the guy, and she's asking all these questions, and then the caretaker shoots him as well. And it turns out, spoiler alert, that this supposed caretaker is also a creation of, I guess, a rivalry company. It's not really ever explained, but she's also a experiment, I guess, of this rival company. This movie does have its fair share of issues with me. The main issue, at least for me, is Morgan. There isn't all that much to her. She's this experiment. We get these very few flashbacks of her as a kid, but the problem with these flashbacks is most of them don't really tell us that much about her. It's mainly just, oh, she's playing or something, or oh, she's growing up super fast, and all this sort of stuff, but besides that, there really isn't much to this character. I mean, there's a bit more towards the end of the movie, but by the time we get there, it's just not that intriguing, to be kind of honest. Which is a shame because I had hopes for this movie. Um, you know, I don't think this is like a reboot or anything. At least I'm not aware that it is, but it felt like something that could be fresh, original, or at least, at the very least, if the concept has been done something done before, that they would execute it well, which I don't think they did. And I think one of the main issues is that we focus way so much time on, you know, these scientists are just explaining these things, and we don't really get to see much of what that equates to. Like, oh, she likes this type of music, and they say that, but and she's listening to it, but that it doesn't really mean too much. Because she acts calm other times, well, except when she attacks. So that doesn't really mean that much. It means a little bit, but they could have explored that a little bit more, and they could have really explored those flashbacks a whole lot more. Really dive into what it means to be like this experiment. Have the little girl ask these questions or something, something that drives the point home of what this character is. And the this the reveal at the end really doesn't amount to much either, because this caretaker character that we are following, there's not much to her either. She's just a generic, you sort of assume that she's doing what she's doing, and then when it's revealed, it's like, well, oh, that's cool, I guess, but there's nothing there to say, that's interesting. So that's a shame. I'm gonna give this movie a 4 out of 10, or a 5 out of 10. Either way, I just don't feel like this movie had as much as I wanted it to have. The characters just aren't that well developed, and the story is pretty generic by the numbers. It's just not a great movie. There's not much here. Anyways, with that being said, I'm Thomas Sisula Jr., aka Mustached Tom, and I'll see you guys next time.